President Trump has signed an order shuttering DEI offices across the federal government and takes an historic policy off the books.
The president's anti-DEI order also strikes affirmative action policies that date to the early 1960s.
It is not enough just to open the gates of opportunity.
Lyndon Johnson's order requiring that federal contractors take affirmative action to ensure non-discrimination survived 6 Republican presidencies, including the first term of Donald Trump. But Trump has now revoked it and signed an order suggesting the government will now scrutinize efforts to promote diversity in private sector hiring. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Migrants are no longer able to seek asylum at the U.S.-Mexico border after Trump returned to office. Refugee admissions also set to be suspended, leaving little recourse for people looking to get into the U.S. A President Biden policy ended asylum claims for people crossing the border illegally, but they could still use an app to schedule an appointment at a legal port of entry. A judge in the Idaho college murders case could rule this week on DNA evidence prosecutors say ties Brian Kohberger to the murders of 4 college students in November of 2022. ABC's Kana Whitworth has that story.
Ahead of some pivotal hearings later this week, Brian Kohberger's lawyers are arguing that the DNA evidence against their client was gathered illegally and say that it should not be presented to a jury in a death penalty case. They also want the arguments surrounding it to be made public.
A hearing is scheduled for tomorrow. Felony charges filed in connection to a Milwaukee Christmas Day double homicide.
19-year-old Quintaris Morris and 18-year-old Jeremiah Taylor each face 2 counts of first-degree reckless homicide for shooting 2 teenagers in a car near 37th and Scott on Milwaukee's southwest side. 15-year-old Exiel Rivera died at the scene, and 18-year-old Naya Vasquez died in the hospital. Morris has been arrested, but police are still searching for Taylor. You can see his photo on our website, WTMJ.com. Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
Several residents in the town of Port Washington aren't happy with the planned AI data center.
I'm hearing that there are pros and cons to this, but I haven't seen those listed anywhere and itemized.
I think it takes such hubris to make a decision like this without listening to the people impacted.
The $33 million proposal would require the city of Port Washington to annex 17% of the town's land. Land annexation's been banned in the town since 2004. That agreement will sunset in February. Data center development company Cloverleaf has promised the project will bring between 50 and 100 jobs. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up 55 points. The Nasdaq is up 240. The S&P 500 is up 37. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:04.
Feeling like winter inside your house? WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Many homes built before 1980 have little to no insulation. Anything you do, better than what you got, but you call USA and now you've got the best. Their foam injection method, 35% more efficient than your standard wall insulation. Most jobs done in as little as a day. Some homeowners qualify for thousands in rebates and discounts. Every USA customer begins saving money day one. USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
For over a century, local radio has evolved with the needs of the community. From politics to pop culture, we keep you informed, bringing you the most relevant news, online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
107,471. Is that A, the number of minutes spent listening to your kids describe their favorite YouTuber's latest video? B, the combined number of calories you consume during football season? Or C, the number of households left without power during one of the last big winter storms? While A and B may be true, the real answer is C. But this winter, that 6-digit number can be reduced by 1 with your brand new whole house Generac generator from Mr. Holland's Home Services. We hardwire your new generator directly into your home's electrical system. Lights stay glowing, Wi-Fi goes on flowing, and your furnace keeps it going. All thanks to your new whole house Generac generator from Mr. Holland's Home Services. Oh, did I mention payments for as low as $99 a month? Call 866-992-1717 or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. Ready to power through another winter? We can help.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. 3 legends now calling Cooperstown home. CeCe Sabathia, Ichiro Suzuki, and Billy Wagner elected to the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Bucks looking to stack another win tonight. Team tips off against the Pelicans from New Orleans. Number 19, Wisconsin got upset by UCLA 85-83 in college basketball action from L.A. Wisconsin falls to 15-4 on the season. They host Nebraska Sunday afternoon. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more. Number 10, Marquette blew out Seton Hall 76-59. Golden Eagles host Villanova Friday night. Tonight, Milwaukee visits Wright State. Take a look at the roads with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. I-41, Highway 45 north at Watertown Plank Road. Right 3 lanes there blocked due to a crash. Look for some slowing in that area. That looks to be the biggest problem we have right now. I-43 north at the ramp from 6th and Mineral Street. The right shoulder there is blocked due to a disabled vehicle. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Scattered snow showers today with less than an inch accumulation. That should taper off early tonight. High today 24, overnight low 13, partly cloudy, and 20 tomorrow. Mostly sunny Friday, high 23. Chance of flurries again on Saturday, high 36. And then sunshine on Sunday with a high of 28. 13 in Madison, 12 in Green Bay, and 12 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:08.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Wednesday. Hope your day is off and running well. So the used vehicle market for electric vehicles is experiencing a ton of growth and transformation as we drive through 2025. I wanted to look into trends and developments here. I own a used EV. It's treated me really well. So I wanted to dive into the prices and affordability. In 2024, 287,175 used EVs were sold, and that's a 62.6% increase from the previous year. Brian Moody is the executive editor at Kelley Blue Book. He will join us on the show in just a bit. And a historic building in downtown Milwaukee is coming back to life after a fire. The owner of the Kobe Abbott building, Patty Keating-Kahn, will be in studio. She'll give us an update as to what's happening in her building, including what's the next steps for a historic German restaurant space that used to be there. I'll tell you what that German restaurant is in a moment. And Rich Kirchen will join us for a quick business headlines update, including an update on the impact of the LA fires on Harley-Davidson. But first, as we do each and every morning, let's go to Up.
Now it's time for the Two Up on the Upswing.
So selling your home might not be on your mind. It's cold, and usually we're thinking selling homes in the spring in the summer, but you look at home sales in the Metro Milwaukee market in 2024. They finished essentially flat from 2023, although 2024 was 2.8% ahead of the prior year, but it only amounted to 472 additional units. Let's look at average home prices with data from the first 9 months of last year. A good list in the Journal Sentinel yesterday that I saw. The first 9 months of 2024, City of Milwaukee homes sold for an average of $228,000, according to data from the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors. Wauwatosa, you go out there to beautiful tree-lined Wauwatosa, the average price of a home sale, $422,000. Germantown, homes sold for an average of almost $434,000. Interestingly, Home Path Financial just proposed 283 new homes at the northeast corner of Lannon Road and County Line Road in Germantown. Let's go to Cedarburg. getting past the $500,000 mark here. Homes sold for an average of $524,985. Mequon, you're getting up to $724,000. And Delafield, go out west, homes sold for an average. This is, again, the first 9 months of last year. In Delafield, the average home sold for $859,000. Next up, holiday sales were festive. Retail sales during the holiday season increased 4% from a year earlier, according to data from the Commerce Department. Target's November and December sales rose by nearly 3%. More people putting money into clothes and toys. Abercrombie & Fitch said that sales has exceeded expectations with a growth of 7 to 8% over the 2023 holiday season. Lululemon, the maker of my favorite pants, by the way, the ABC pant, they're amazing. They stretch and wear really well. $128 for the Lululemon pants. Lululemon told the New York Times that they see the consumer as healthy through 2025 and had a really good holiday season themselves. Many analysts, though, are kind of reluctant to see the surprising strength of the holiday season as an indicator of how well the consumer might spend throughout the year. Finally, Netflix ended the 2024 year with more than 300 million global subscribers, adding 19 million last quarter. That Mike Tyson, Jake Paul event worked, I guess, plus Christmas football. But if you remember last April, Netflix said that it's going to stop its practice of updating quarterly subscription numbers after this quarter. The company will now only announce major subscriber milestones when they reach them. More important now is profit and free cash flow and across-the-board rate increases. The $6.99 tier is going to go to $7.99 on the next billing cycle. And if you have that $15 plan, the $15.49 plan, it's going to bump up to $17.99. Price increases at Netflix. Coming up next, the cost of your next used EV. This is the Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
When we're out in your town, come say hi to us as we broadcast live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
Anytime you hear us when we're out on the road, you can find us live from our brand new mobile studio.
Whether it be Summerfest, EAA, Opening Day, Air and Water Show,
wherever we may be, you can see us on the radio, live from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin mobile studio.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
We are Wisconsin's radio station.
WTMJ.
Founded by inventors and fueled by community and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member, FDIC.
Special Milwaukee Auto Show Advanced Discount Ticket Offer has been extended to January 22nd. Turns out a lot of people want to come to the auto show. Get your auto show tickets now at a big discount. Buy a single ticket, or how about a pair of tickets for date night? Or you can buy a family 4-pack and take everybody. They can see all the latest vehicles, including cars, trucks, SUVs, luxury cars, and much more. For advanced discount tickets, go to autoshowmilwaukee.com. That's autoshowmilwaukee.com.
A Blaine's Farm and Fleet original story.
Perfect day on the ice, huh, Pat? Ice auger, fishing rod, portable generator, and that genius pizza oven. Pepperoni's ready.
For frozen lakes, toasty crusts, and everything in between, we've got the value you need to do things your way. Like $60 off a Milwaukee Drill Driver Combo Kit. And select Nutrichomp's dog chews, buy one, get one half price. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Nearly 4 in 5 U.S. adults, 78%, say that they would feel more confident buying a used electric vehicle if they were more knowledgeable about EV batteries. Brian Moody is the executive director and the executive editor at Kelley Blue Book. We're waiting for Brian to join us on the phone this morning. So I own a used EV, and I leased my first 2 electric vehicles. And what I learned as I leased the vehicles was, hey, what I wanted, what I was comfortable with, what the nature of kind of driving an EV each and every day from my driving habits worked into. Then, when my lease expired, I had an opportunity to buy a vehicle, and I had a ton of questions, as I'm sure you do too. Brian Moody, executive editor at Kelley Blue Book, joins us on the phone. Brian, I appreciate your time this morning.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. I think a lot of people are in your situation, which is that they know buying used is a better value, but they're unsure how that's going to work in the long term.
Yeah, and we're in the Midwest here. Cold weather can affect the battery life for sure. So what I did, at least this was my strategy, I had the individual I was working with to find me the car I wanted, source a car in a warmer climate. And it I don't know, it provided me with a car I wanted. It gave me some reassurances that it was, in a warm weather climate, and it served me really, really well. But what do you think now as you look at kind of the buy-sell market for EVs? How do Americans feel about buying used electric vehicles?
Well, they're unsure, and I think that statistic that you said up front is a good one, which is that about half of people just don't know that much. Here's another statistic, which is kind of interesting. 40% of adults don't think it's possible, or they're unsure if it's possible, to extend the life of an EV battery by taking care of it properly. And 70% of U.S. adults believe that an online information source would be helpful as a useful tool. So it shows that people are looking for that. 64% of adults say that they put 100,000 miles on their car before getting another one. So all those things together, we can add it up to say people feel unsure. They don't know how long they can drive the cars. For one thing, what we should just tell people right off the bat, an electric car has a new car warranty, just like a gasoline-powered car. However, the warranty on the battery and the electric components, the drive components, is typically 8 years or 100,000 miles. So the first 2 or 3 owners are not going to have to worry about this. What we're talking about really is a 12-year-old used electric car. Is that worth buying? Yeah. And I think we're getting to the point where we have some information that we can say yes or no, car by car.
Yeah, so how important is, obviously battery health is really important, and you got to do your diligence when you buy. What's the best way to preserve battery life and know that you're buying a robust working battery when you're sourcing that used EV?
Yeah, first of all, the best way to preserve the battery life is to follow the owner's manual. Don't frequently fast charge. Don't run it down to 10% or below 20%. Don't charge it up to 100%. And don't charge it and plug it in all the time. Let there be some time. Like, you don't need to charge it up and keep it at 90% every single day. You can let it go down to 50 or 60% and then charge it up. So when you were buying your used electric vehicle, tell me if you don't think this would have been a great tool. We didn't have this then, but it exists now. On Auto Trader, when you look up a used electric car, it will give that car, not just that model, that specific car by its VIN, it will give it an EV battery health score. It will tell you this car has excellent battery health, even though it might be 4 or 5 years old. I think that's the kind of thing that people are looking for. If you don't do that, you can also go into the car's dashboard, and the in-car computer will often tell you how much of the remaining battery health there is. It will sometimes say, you've lost 10% or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's a great tool. It gives you, knowledge is power for sure. We're talking with Brian Moody, the executive editor at Kelley Blue Book. When we come back, which brands are high on the resale scale right now, and who's buying these used EVs? And more importantly, will the end of the tax credits hurt demand? This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
We hear the eating is good in New Orleans.
Zion Williamson,
Sometimes too good.
when he took a deep breath, his belly bounced. That kind of belly.
The Bucks head south to feast on the Pelicans.
A reset. Dame going to launch one from the logo, and Logo Lillard right back at it again.
Our Bucks Radio Game Day coverage starts tonight at 6:30. We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
I'm Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Chief Medical Officer for Community Health at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Every year in the U.S., about 21,000 lung cancer deaths are caused by radon, an odorless, tasteless, and colorless gas. 1 in 10 Wisconsin homes has high levels of radon. Does yours? Call 1-888-LOW-RADON or visit lowradon.org to learn more. Test, fix, save a life.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Hey, this is Steve Scafidi for Advent. I had some snoring issues that kept my wife up at night. That led to poor sleep and a lot of tired mornings on the radio, and nobody wants that, trust me. But it's simply, my nose wasn't working the way it should. I decided to go to Advent for a quick 30-minute visit, one of their great facilities, talk to a bunch of their doctors. They really put me at ease. After a really simple sleep study at home, in my own bed, they determined the root cause of my problem had to do with my sinuses and nasal passages in my breathing triangle. I didn't even know I had a breathing triangle, so I went to see Advent. After a short procedure done in office, I'm back to breathing well, and my wife and I are both back to sleeping through the whole night. The best sleep we've ever had, that could be you. If you struggle with restless nights like I did, take the time to see how Advent can help. To find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your life and your nights a whole lot better, go to AdventKnows.com, schedule an appointment today. Because Advent knows, when you breathe well, you live better.
Stop in and load up on great everyday essentials at Fleet Farm Stock Up Sale. January 16th through the 29th. 40-pound bags of Morton Water Softener Salt are just $5.99. Superior hardwood fuel pellets are on sale for $5.49 a bag. And don't forget your backyard friends. 40-pound bags of black oil sunflower seed are just $14.99. Be sure to stock up on all your everyday favorites, all at the best prices, guaranteed, at Fleet Farm Stock Up Sale.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined by Brian Moody, the executive editor at Kelley Blue Book. Brian, I appreciate your time. So my EV is mainly a city car. You know, I use it primarily for medium, short-length trips. The battery, it's a 2016. I got a great deal on it. Battery gets me 80 to 90 miles, but I have that range extender on it, so I get 2.5-gallon gas tank that gets me another 80 to 90 miles. So, you know, it gets me wherever I need to go, and there's always a ton of opportunities to charge up. What are you seeing in terms of supply and demand on the resale side at Kelley Blue Book?
Well, used electric cars are only increasing in terms of availability, right? Because anytime something is relatively new, it's going to take a minute before you get into the used market. So when you look at, just look at a brand like Rivian, for example, right? It's possible that there currently wouldn't be that many used Rivians available. There certainly will be some,
right?
But that's because it's a new brand. There will likely be more. Who's been around a lot longer? Nissan. There's probably going to be way more Nissan Leafs available as used cars because Nissan's been building that electric car for, more than 10 years now.
Yeah.
So as more electric cars become available, more used electric cars will become available, and that will impact the price. What we're hoping is that giving people the tools to know how that battery is going to last, right there in the classified listing, will also help those cars keep their value. And that benefits both the consumer and it benefits dealerships too, because they don't want to sell a car that's not making, they want to make money. That's their job.
Yeah.
Just like a consumer wants to sell their car and they want to get the most money for it.
Are you finding that the buyers are concerned about replacement battery price before they're buying the car? Like, oh, I need to know that battery life because down the road I may have to fully replace it. And I have no idea what that price is.
Well, it can be between $5,000 and $15,000 plus. So you can imagine if you were buying a used car that cost you, well, I'm making this up, $15,000, and then someone says the battery is going to cost $10,000 to replace, you essentially aren't going to do it. Like you've lost, it's over. But that would be for a very old car. It's likely going to be covered under the warranty. And with some of these new tools, you'd be able to see that coming before you even bought the car. So a lot of people, we did this survey, 4 in 5 adults say they feel more confident purchasing a used EV the more knowledge they have about the health of a battery and how to take care of it.
Yeah, for sure. And do you get a sense of who's buying the used EVs? And do you think the sunsetting of some of the tax credits is going to hurt the demand that's really been escalating in the last 12 months?
Yeah, I don't know, because I think with electric cars, and you can speak to this as well as anybody. I've driven plenty of electric cars, and you have one yourself. I think if the average American were to drive one, I think they'd like it. Yeah. Now, that doesn't solve the charging problems. That doesn't solve 80% of electric vehicle owners today charge their car up at home. There's a lot of things that aren't perfect about electric cars, but there's a lot of things that aren't perfect about gasoline-powered cars. So I think that as this goes on and more people discover it, there will be more people opting in. And as far as the tax credits going away, think of it this way. I don't know that that's the case. They may not go away. Mm-hmm. Anytime you have something that's like spurring a purchase decision, it's ultimately good for the economy. And it might be that if they did go away, and I don't know that they will, it might be better. Those electric cars may end up being better because now they have to compete on even footing with all other types of fuel.
Yeah, that's a really good point. In our household, we have one SUV and I have one EV, and it works really well. I charge my car up at home, in the garage. Just it gets me to where I need to go, and it's been nothing but sunshine and smiles in my world. And as more opportunities to plug in and the network continues to grow for charging stations, it's only going to get better and better. Brian Moody is the executive editor at Kelley Blue Book. Brian, I appreciate your time this morning.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Of course. So new users are being sought for the former Carl Rosch's restaurant space in downtown Milwaukee. Remember Carl Rosch's? The building in 2020 was badly damaged by fire, and now the owners are looking to refill the space. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 10:30. ABC News local headlines are coming up next.
ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson said that President Trump's decision to pardon about 1,500 people in connection with the January 6th Capitol riot was about redemption and second chances. Asked last night about pardoning those who had committed acts of violence against police, the president said,
"These people have already served years in prison, and they've served them viciously. It's a disgusting prison. It's been horrible. It's inhumane. It's been a terrible, terrible thing."
Full impacts of his executive orders becoming clear today. The State Department says all refugee arrivals are suspended until further notice, and all federal diversity, equity, and inclusion employees must be placed on paid administrative leave today. The southern U.S. dealing with historic winter weather. Snowfall set records in parts of the Gulf Coast. Over 7.5 inches fell in Pensacola Beach, Florida. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:31. I'm Connie Weber. A former teacher arrested for child enticement. 36-year-old Daniel Rick of Jackson arrested January 17th on allegations of inappropriate behavior with a student dating back to November of 2024. Rick used to be a teacher at Christ Alone Lutheran School in Thiensville. He's now facing 2 felony charges of child enticement and exposing his genitals to a child. Cash bond set at $100,000. Rick due back in court February 10th. Felony charges filed against 2 men in a double murder in Milwaukee Christmas Day. 19-year-old Kentaris Morris and 18-year-old Jeremiah Taylor each faced 2 counts of first-degree reckless homicide in the shooting deaths of 15-year-old Exiel Rivera and 18-year-old Naya Vasquez near 37th and Scott. Morris is in custody. Police still looking for Taylor. A suspect charged with intentionally setting fire to Congressman Glenn Grothman's district office in Fond du Lac goes to court today. The 19-year-old man from Menasha expected to be charged with arson. Police say he admitted to setting the fire in response to the ban on TikTok briefly implemented over the weekend. Congressman Grothman says the defendant had no prior contact with his office before the fire. Time for some news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Markets are still up. Dow was up 98 points, 44,124. NASDAQ up 274, 20,031. S&P 500 up 46 at 6,096. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. We still have a crash. The shoulders are blocked. This is going to be at I-41 South at the ramp from Watertown Plank Road West, so look for that. Also I-41 South about a half mile beyond the ramp from Greenfield Avenue. Right lane there blocked due to a crash. And the ramp from I-43 North to I-94 West, right shoulder there blocked due to a broken down vehicle. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Scattered snow showers off and on today. Less than an inch of accumulation. High today 24. Overnight low tonight 13. Partly cloudy and 20 tomorrow. Ticks up a bit Friday. Sunshine high 23. Mostly cloudy Saturday. A chance for flurries, but a high up to 36. And then Sunday, mostly sunny skies with a high of 28. Madison 16 now. Green Bay 11. Milwaukee 12. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time 1034.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. You want to know the price of a new roof on your home today? Well, it's easy. Just go to TriCountyContracting.wi.com, click on the Instant Roof Quote button, put in your address and email, click the Show My Roof Price, and there you go. 0 wait time. There's your quote. You shop online for everything else. Who says you can't shop online for a new roof? TriCountyContracting.wi.com. It's worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. TriCountyContracting.wi.com.
When I shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, every time I come in, it's like a whole new store. It's because new inventory is arriving daily, all kinds of everything. And let me tell you, thrift store prices make buying easy. And helping others at the same time, that's icing on the cake. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
I'm Tony Drake from Drake & Associates. Should I delay my Social Security benefits, or should I start taking them right away? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Your decision can impact your income for the rest of your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we help you create a strategy to maximize your benefits so you can make the most of what you've earned. Social Security is just one stop on your retirement-ready roadmap. Take the first step today. Text SS to 414-897-9522 to claim your free retirement toolkit and get a copy of my book, Get Retirement Ready. Don't leave money on the table. Text SS to 414-897-9522.
Drake & Associates is an independent investment advisory firm that offers different investment vehicles. All insurance products are backed by the issuing insurance company. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Thanks for being here. So new users are being sought for the former Carl Rosch's restaurant space in downtown Milwaukee. Remember Carl Rosch's? I don't know, everyone uses the word iconic too much, but Karl Rosch's truly was one of those iconic German restaurants in downtown Milwaukee. In 2020, a fire badly damaged the Colby Abbott building in downtown Milwaukee. It's right at the corner of North Milwaukee and East Mason Streets. Patty Keating-Kahn is the building owner. She joins us in studio this morning. Patty, I appreciate you walking over in this cold weather.
Well, it's a little better today than it was yesterday.
It is. Although without the sunshine, it feels a little different. It feels a lot colder than yesterday for some reason. But so you've put millions of dollars into your building after a fire damaged it in 2020. But now you're looking at, hey, what does a rebuild and rejuvenation of this historic building look like? The Colby Abbott building used to be the headquarters for the Wisconsin Central Railroad Corporation. We got to go way back to 1885 here. Been in your family, your husband's family, since the 1920s, correct?
Right, 1926. We're coming on 100 years of ownership.
Wow, that's amazing. So just talk about the restoration process and kind of what you've learned through the years, especially in light of the fire and all the prep work you've been doing in the last couple of years.
Okay, well, one thing that you need to know if a building is going to survive that many years is that every 10 years or so, it goes through a metamorphosis. It has to be restored, has to be upgraded. So back in the 70s, they took it to, wood-paneled walls, drop ceilings, da-da-da-da-da. We've taken all of that out, and we've restored it to its original grandeur. Wood coffered ceilings, molded, plaster molded ceilings. There's marble on every floor, in every corridor, in in the lobby. When we had the fire, the best tribute, I guess, to a historic building is the fact that there were no artificial fire suppression systems, holding back the fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was solid brick walls, 18-inch Cream City brick walls, which allowed the building to continue to stand. Yeah. That and our great fire department here in Milwaukee. We have a wonderful fire department. They did a great job.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah. And so it was contained more or less, the fire itself, in the light well area on the first floor. That was completely demolished, completely burned out. But, there's smoke and water damage that comes after that.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been restoring. We've really, we put in all new electrical, all new HVAC. There's all new technology. So it's like a new building in a historic building, which is really fun.
Yeah, the blend of the old and the new works really well. And that's truly what downtown Milwaukee is all about.
Yes.
You look at, so Karl Rosch's closed in 2017,
yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
How has that space been transformed, and what are you searching for right now to replace it?
Well, we have a beautiful historic space there, but it was way too big for any operator these days. It's 7,800 square feet. That's a little too large a restaurant. So we've taken off the kitchen and completely demoed that. We're going to repurpose that for a co-working space, a fitness center, and coffee bar for our tenants. Okay. The building is really amenity rich. We have a lot of conference areas. We also built an outdoor patio, which wasn't there before the fire. We added that, and that gives us a lot of amenities too. So we're taking that 2,000 square feet, and we still have 5,800 square feet left to rebuild a restaurant. I would love to have a restaurant because as you look up and down Mason Street, what have you got? You've got a lot of good, really fine Milwaukee restaurants. And I think we could add one more and it would be, something new, something interesting. And that's what I'm looking for.
And on the Milwaukee Street side of the building, there was a bar that many people may remember called My Office that was there for years, closed during the pandemic in 2020. Are you seeking a similar use in that space?
Yes. Well, actually, we're really underway in restoring that space. That also was damaged by the fire, water damaged very badly. And we had to really gut it and start over. We've rebuilt the apartment that's up above, and now we're starting on the tavern. We've got a potential prospect, but, we haven't signed a lease yet.
Okay.
So that could be another wonderful little amenity in that corner.
Very good. Patty Keating-Kahn is the owner of the Colby Abbott Building here in downtown Milwaukee, as well as the Railway Exchange Building at 229 East Wisconsin Avenue. Appreciate all you do to drive history and architectural significance. Keep it front and foremost in downtown Milwaukee. You do such a wonderful job. Appreciate your time this morning, Patty.
Thank you, Jeff. That's very kind.
Coming up next, Rich Kirchen, senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal. Are area manufacturers terrified for the future? This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
We are Outdoor Living Unlimited. We put cool stuff in your yard. Patios, decks, pergolas, outdoor kitchens, screen rooms, even in-ground pools. You dream it, we design it together, then Outdoor Living Unlimited installs it for you. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, protection and income are the keys to success. Simply put, if you're nearing or in retirement, you can't afford a stock market crash. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game film was a key to success. Now I'm a best-selling author and star in a new groundbreaking documentary film called The Retirement Deception. It unveils how the Wall Street machine has been deceiving us for decades and proves you don't need to risk your nest egg in the market to have the retirement you deserve. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. I want you to watch this film for free. Call today for your free copy of The Retirement Deception. I think you would agree 30 to 40 years of saving for retirement is at least worth a phone call to watch this film and see how you can improve your retirement. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free copy of The Retirement Deception. Call 844-763-2837. That's 844-763-2837. MitchLyonsWealth.com. Your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined now in studio by senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal, Rich Kirchen. Rich, always appreciate your time here on Wednesdays.
Sure.
So, we had a big story a couple days ago on area manufacturers that are monitoring the tariff situation, if you will, on a national level. What area manufacturers have let's look back at administration and what area manufacturers have really benefited from the Biden policies, and what do you think is up next for them as they monitor kind of the new scenario?
Well, yes, some of the
several of the high-profile Biden policies and initiatives were supported by manufacturers because it was going to bring them more business.
Yeah,
so
right. It's bottom line.
The Infrastructure Act, you're building more highways, bridges, sewers, on and on. Well, you need equipment, you need supplies, you need people to work on those projects. So if you make backhoes or you make bulldozers, or around here there's more suppliers to those companies, first, second, third tier. Those were good things.
Yeah.
The CHIPS Act, building new computer chip plants, Inflation Reduction Act, anything that was incentives and grants that the Biden administration and in some cases Congress signed off on, like the Infrastructure Act, Inflation Reduction Act. That was supported wholeheartedly. I mean, some of the big companies like Johnson Controls and Rockwell that they get involved in these big projects, but then again, suppliers to them. So.
Are you sensing now mixed reaction to what may be coming February 1st in terms of tariffs, and how our CEO is reacting?
Yeah, well, President Trump, yesterday, I guess, said that February 1st is when he's going to either announce or roll out his tariff plan. There's still talk about that this, is this a negotiating chip, a bargaining ploy, as he enters talks with Mexico and Canada in particular, and I suppose China as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that would have the most immediate and large impact, because there aren't tariffs now with Canada and Mexico. If those go to 25%, it's going to reverberate through all kinds of manufacturers in our area that get components from there or finished products from there. Same with China. I mean, there are already a lot of, company Harley Davidson has Chinese components in their motorcycles. So, and those tariffs might increase as well.
Yeah. When we come back from the break, I want to talk a little bit more about Harley Davidson. There's been an impact on their operations based upon the recent fires in the LA area. We're talking with Rich Kirchen, senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal. This is The Upswing, and you're listening to WTMJ.
Join Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Donald Trump sworn in as our country's 47th president. He started by saying, "The golden age of America begins right now."
Bringing you trusted and relevant news.
In his season-ending press conference, Packers head coach Matt LaFleur reflects on a season that ended with 3 straight losses.
Only on WTMJ.
It is cold out. If you're headed out of town, have a neighbor come over and flush your toilets, right? You got to exercise those gaskets.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucs fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at Bucs.com/tickets. That's Bucs.com/tickets.
In a recent study, over 1/3 of millionaires predicted their ability to feel financially secure in retirement is going to take a miracle. At Annex Wealth Management, we believe a plan, not a miracle, will help increase your retirement confidence. Our team of experts gets to work using leading-edge technology to build comprehensive plans covering investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. And Annex doesn't have products to push with hidden fees or commissions. There's too much of that already. Annex is a fee-only fiduciary. More planning, fewer miracles. Know the difference. AnnexWealth.com.
Time's ticking on Heiser's Drive Into 2025 sales event. The clock is literally running out on remaining 2024 models. We're making room for new rides, which means huge savings just for you. Shop online or race in today and get a new vehicle for way less than expected. With low payments, special financing, and immediate delivery, you'll start 2025 in style without breaking the bank. But hurry, because once they're gone, they're gone. Visit Heiser.com now for all of the details and get ready to roll into the new year with a celebratory deal.
See dealer for complete details.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Outdoor Living Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. Yet at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Take your family to the Mine Shaft Restaurant in Hartford or Oshkosh today for the Wednesday all-you-can-eat fish fry and just $7.99. Kids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu. Just walk in for your $7.99 fish fry. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft Restaurant.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman, joined in studio by senior reporter at the Milwaukee Business Journal, Rich Kirchen. Always appreciate Rich's time. So, Rich, as you look west to the fires in the LA region, they're going to have a continued impact on the Livewire project at Harley-Davidson.
Well, Harley-Davidson has a showroom, a consumer interaction center in Malibu, which was not affected by the fire in terms of it was not damaged, but they did close down during the fire as of last week. Then the other thing is with Livewire, which is their electric motorcycle business, they launched a new model last week called the S2 Alpinista. And they had a launch event planned in Marina del Rey at a dealership in the Los Angeles area, which they postponed until February, I believe February 12th, because it wouldn't have looked good.
Yeah, no.
And a lot of people probably wouldn't have gone anyway because of the fires.
Yeah. I mean, locally for Harley, I'm excited to continue to just kind of imagine what can happen at their campus here with the new Harley-Davidson Park. I mean, there will be a lot of activation there this summer, new events coming, and just a lot of new programming. So it's going to be fun to kind of have that first full summer out there. And, who knows how they'll integrate Livewire and some of their other bikes into that park. It'll be interesting to pay attention to that.
They did move Livewire Labs. They shut down. They had a Silicon Valley operation. They moved that to the Juneau campus as well. So more activity there.
Yeah, and let's look at the Deer District a little bit. And construction is set to begin this summer on the new mixed use development on, I think it's Block 5 in the Park East corridor. It's that 2.19 acre block between Juneau, McKinley, Phillips Avenues, and King Drive. Lots of new development coming to the Deer District, but it's all kind of made possible, first and foremost, because of what Senator Cole did years ago with his ownership of the team and the sale of the team. You had some really good reporting as to the goals and aspirations for Senator Cole's foundation in this new year of 2025.
Yeah, well, it was January 12th of last year when they had the memorial service for Senator Cole at Fiserv Forum, appropriately considering his contributions to the Bucks and that arena. So I did check in with his foundation because he's was charitable for decades during his lifetime, and he had told me after he sold the Bucks that he wanted to spend as much of that money that he was given to charity and philanthropy as possible during his lifetime. So the question was what was going to happen after he passed, and what I learned was they're actually spending a little bit more this year than they have in the past, this fiscal year, which ends in June. So they're at about a $15 million level right now. The previous high was $14 million, and it's going to live on. His estate is continuing to funnel money or transfer money to Herb Cole Philanthropies, Herb Cole Charities, and they're continuing to be focused on education and young people in the community, as well as getting supporting some community engagement. and other community programs.
All right, that's good to see. And coming on, circling it back to Deer District, that new facility of the plot of land that I just mentioned will contain the athletic training facility for MATC, and that's all made possible. You got to, I always want to give credit where credit's due. It's all made possible from the Senators' sale of the team.
Yes, and the buyers agreeing to. I mean, they had to agree to keep the team here.
Exactly.
First of all,
Yes. There's a lot of pieces that had.
That
to
was
fall
his
into place.
condition. But that being said, the new owners clearly have gone to town in terms of developing the Deer District.
All right, very good. Rich, enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you again next Wednesday. Wisconsin's Midday News is coming up next.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
United Performing Arts Fund looks